heart of the village square, Ethan watches from the edge of the crowd, his gaze drawn to Liam. Liam stands tall, basking in the glow of recognition as he receives an award. Envy and disappointment darken Ethan's young face as he clenches his fists, emotion swirling within him. Ethan's unspoken struggle is visible, a silent battle waged in the bustling village square. Ryan proudly parades down the village street on his brand new, gleaming bicycle. The sunlight catches the polished chrome and vibrant paint, turning the bicycle into a dazzling spectacle. Ethan watches, his gaze drawn to his own worn shoes, the leather cracked and scuffed. A wave of inadequacy washes over Ethan as he observes Ryan's display. The room is dimly lit by a desk lamp, casting long shadows across the stacks of books that encircle Ethan. Ethan is surrounded by books, their spines a silent testament to his academic struggles. He sighs, his breath heavy with the unspoken weight of self-doubt. The air is thick with unspoken anxieties, the room closing in around him. Why can't I be like them? Ethan whispers, his voice barely audible. The weight of his perceived shortcomings presses down on him, suffocating and relentless. Under the heavy sky of the village, Ethan moves like a shadow, his eyes fixed on the ground. A palpable sense of isolation surrounds Ethan as he deliberately avoids the gaze of those around him. The village paths seem to stretch endlessly, each step deepening Ethan's solitude. He continues his somber journey, each withdrawn glance amplifying his internal defeat. The weight of the world seems to press down on Ethan, making each breath a heavy burden. Sunlight filters through the old oak, dappling the porch as Ethan and Grandpa Joe share a quiet moment on the creaking swing. Ethan's unease is palpable as he fidgets, avoiding the knowing gaze of Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe watches Ethan with eyes that hold the wisdom of years, a silent understanding passing between them. Ethan finally breaks the silence, his voice laced with vulnerability. I feel like I'm not enough. Everyone else seems to have it all figured out. At the forest's edge, Grandpa Joe, weathered by time, leads young Ethan toward the ancient woods. Sunlight barely penetrates the thick canopy, casting long shadows that dance and shift. Grandpa Joe stops, his gaze intense as he imparts a solemn instruction. Visit the oldest tree, Grandpa Joe says. It holds a lesson for you. Ethan looks towards the ancient trees, the forest beckoning with secrets untold. Ethan ventures into the forest, his senses alert to the myriad of trees and plants around him. He pauses, drawn in by the sight of an apple tree, its branches heavy with ripe fruit. His attention shifts, his gaze now drawn upwards towards a towering coconut tree. Amid the forest's tranquil embrace, Ethan's journey continues, guided by the allure of the towering coconut tree. In the heart of the forest, sunlight dances through the leaves, illuminating Grandpa Joe as he appears beside Ethan. Grandpa Joe imparts wisdom with a gentle smile. Why should the apple tree envy the coconut's height, or the coconut crave the apple's sweetness? Ethan listens intently, absorbing Grandpa Joe's words amidst the dappled sunlight and rustling leaves. The forest listens in silence to the words, as a profound lesson hangs in the air. Ethan halts, the forest's silent sentinels encircling him. His gaze sweeps across the towering trees, as if seeking answers among the leaves. Lost in contemplation, he grapples with the weight of Grandpa Joe's words. His lips part, a revelation forming as he speaks quietly. Each tree thrives in its own way, according to its nature. The forest's wisdom seems to echo in his simple declaration. The sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows around him, as if the forest itself agrees. Grandpa Joe guides Ethan toward the tranquil pond, the water's surface shimmering under the sunlight. Ethan, eyes wide with wonder, gazes at the pond. Beneath the surface, the fish glide silently. The pond is a silent world. Grandpa Joe stands silently beside Ethan. Sunlight glints across the serene pond, painting the water with shimmering light. Grandpa Joe sits on the weathered bench, his gaze lost in contemplation of the water's depths. Ethan stands beside him, his youthful face mirroring Grandpa Joe's thoughtful expression. Grandpa Joe's voice carries on the gentle breeze. Should the fish lament its inability to fly? The weight of the question hangs in the air, a silent challenge to Ethan's understanding. Ethan understands the profound analogy, his expression shifting with newfound clarity. The pond shimmers under the sun, dragonflies dancing above its tranquil waters. Ethan sits silently on a moss-covered rock, lost in thought. He reflects on the essence of existence. Each creature is defined by its nature. It should excel in what it is meant to do, he concludes, a sense of purpose in his voice. Ethan and Grandpa Joe sit side by side on the weathered porch, bathed in the soft glow of day. A gentle breeze whispers through the leaves of the nearby oak tree. Ethan's eyes reflect a newfound understanding, mirroring the warm sunlight. Ethan turns to Grandpa Joe, his voice filled with gratitude as he speaks. "Thank you, Grandpa Joe, for everything. Your wisdom means the world to me." Grandpa Joe smiles warmly, his eyes crinkling at the corners as he listens to Ethan. Years later, the village thrives under the hopeful sun. Ethan, now a young man, stands with purpose. He channels his energy into building his business, each action precise. The air buzzes with the hum of labor. His focused determination shapes the village. Ethan's office radiates success, awards catching the light and expansive city views stretching beyond. Ethan sits back in a leather chair, relaxed yet with a palpable intensity in his eyes. His tailored suit speaks of affluence, a symbol of how far he has climbed. He leans forward slightly, the determined glint in his eyes betraying his relentless ambition. With a confident smile, Ethan states, "A fish striving to fly feels only failure. But mastering the swim? That's owning the ocean." Ethan's tale resonates through the village square, stirring a chorus of hushed tones and knowing smiles. Young and old villagers share nods of comprehension, their faces illuminated with a fresh resolve to chart their own courses. The sun showers the scene in a radiant, golden light, promising a future brimming with possibilities. A palpable sense of hope fills the village square as the villagers embrace their newfound inspiration. The moon patiently awaits its turn, promising a night of reflection on the day's revelations.